Welcome back, everyone. As you probably guessed from the title and the thumbnail, we're talking about two pieces of legislation today that I think most people who watch this video are going to want to see passed and become law in the United States. However, both of those pieces of legislation are being held up by Republicans, yes, Republicans, in committee. So the campaign here that I'm now taking a part of, you guys have probably seen other YouTubers talk about it. In fact, I posted about this 4 days ago over on my X account. So I've been posting about it all along, but I do think a dedicated video is worth it to really explain what we're talking about here today. So like we said, two pieces of legislation. We'll just go through both of them. First one is going to be the Hearing Protection Act. It is HR 404. What that would do is it would remove suppressors or silencers from the 1934 NFA that you guys know about. The NFA did a lot of really bad things, and one of the things it did was it made a lot of items like suppressors or silencers regulated and subject to a $200 tax stamp, which at the time was very expensive. However, good news on that one is that it's not relatively as expensive as it used to be due to inflation, which I guess is bad news as well. So nowadays, suppressor ownership has skyrocketed. In the last year alone, over 1 million of them have been sold, definitely making them a common use item and making a good case that they should simply be unregulated. However, this bill won't quite do that. It'll get close. It'll get as close as possible with the current, I guess, restraints we have by rhinos in Congress. So what it would do is essentially it would make a suppressor transferred and owned just like a firearm. So if you were to order one, it would ship to your local FFL. You'd go in there and fill out a 4473 and do your standard NICS background check, or depending on your state, it could be a little bit different. And then it would be handed right over to you. You could take it right home. There would be no wait. There'd be no $200 tax stamp. There'd be no chief law enforcement officer notification mandate. There would be no enhanced background check with fingerprints and all the nonsense, that goes with that. So that is what the Hearing Protection Act would do. It's pretty simple, and it would also remove the registry that already is there, the items that are registered from the registry. Now I will get to that in more detail here in just a second. The next one is going to be the SHORT Act, which has a silly name, and what it stands for is Stop Harassing Owners of Rifles. It's weird. Anyway, the SHORT Act, it is HR 646, and what it would do is it would remove almost all short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, and any other weapon that is classified under that from the NFA. So that obviously would do certain things. It would eliminate restrictions that apply to the sale and transportation of the rifles and shotguns in interstate commerce. So for those of you guys who don't know, there are a lot of states that don't even allow those. The same is actually true for the Hearing Protection Act with suppressors. So like Rhode Island, for example, you can't have a suppressor. So technically there's no suppressors in Rhode Island, which is, I'm sure, not true, but officially that is the case. But it would eliminate the restrictions in terms of interstate commerce, but also interstate travel. So if you're traveling with a registered short barrel rifle or a short barrel shotgun, technically you have to get approval if you're traveling across state lines to do so ahead of time by the ATF, so it would remove that as well. And then it also says that it would preempt certain state or local laws that tax or regulate these rifles, shotguns, and weapons. So that one would be kind of a big one there, especially for people who live in banned states. That would be huge. And then additionally, it would state that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, BATFE, must destroy records relating to the restriction, transfer, or manufacture of applicable weapons described by this bill within 1 year after enactment of this bill. And so, once again, it is getting back to the actual NFA register and removing it. We got a helicopter coming, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully the helicopters are far enough away now. But what I was about to say there is that if there is an amendment to either of these bills, one thing I would like to see introduced, it's a requirement, which would be the third time in U.S. law, for the ATF to have to destroy their unlawful registry that we all know they have, that absolutely is searchable, even though they say it isn't. That thing should be brought out in front of ATF headquarters and lit on fire for everyone to see. There's no reason that that shouldn't happen. And there are, in fact, again, are already 2 laws that have been passed stating that what they're doing is unlawful with that registry. So that would be the last thing I wanted to add. But who is actually holding this stuff up? Well, a number of Republicans, and they are all on the House Ways and Means Committee. Now, the main number to get in touch with the House Ways and Means Committee is here on your screen, but it is 202-225-3625, and it is chaired by a Republican, Jason Smith, Representative Jason Smith. Now, additionally, if you guys want to email instead of, call, that's fine as well. There will be information down below where you guys can email the representatives down there who you need to, who are relevant to this. But I wouldn't, what I would say is I would target the House and Ways and Means Committee rather, because that's where it needs to move out of to get to a full vote. But I would contact your reps regardless, letting them know that you want to see this passed. I think at least one of these, and quite possibly both of these, would pass if it goes to a full vote. Everybody knows that the Second Amendment right now is a very popular issue, even in swing states. It's got a lot of support, and I think these things definitely could pass and could become law. I think it's very realistic as long as we get these out of committee. I don't see President Trump vetoing either of these. I definitely think he would sign them. So needs to happen. We need to pressure these guys and make it happen. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. If you like this type of video and you're subscribed either on Rumble, YouTube, and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week, number one, hit the notification bell, but you are being censored by an algorithm if you guys aren't seeing those videos in your feed. Easy way around that is to sign up for the email on the website here on your screen. This will get you put on 2 different lists, as if you're not already on enough lists. But these are my lists. They're not bad. One of them will be an email list that goes out once a month, and it has all the videos since the previous month's email went out, so that way there's no big tech giant censoring your eyes from my content. I'm being blinded by the sun. But then it'll also get you put on the Daily Deals email, and that goes out every day as the name indicates, and it has typically 8 to 10 of the best deals that we find around the internet. If the item, whatever it is in the email on a given day, it's the cheapest that I know of anywhere for that item, whether it be ammunition, guns, optics, accessories, lights. So that way I've already done the price comparisons for you, so that way it saves you guys some time and hopefully some money as well. There's also a good meme in there. Everybody likes the meme. And we also have the SMS list that you guys can sign up for if you don't want to do email, and that will be sent a SMS from me at most once a day, but it's typically not even every day. And all that's going to be is one of 2 things. It's either going to be a new video just got released, once again trying to circumvent the algorithm, preventing you guys from seeing my content, or it'll be like a really smoking deal that very likely will sell out by the end of the day and just can't wait for the email, because a lot of things, that's just kind of how it works these days. We've got some crazy deals going on these days. It's a buyer's market for sure in the firearms world. So again, the call to action is to contact your reps, let them know we want both of these bills, the Short Act, HR 646, and the Hearing Protection Act, HR 404, moved along to committee and get to an actual vote in Congress, and make them say if they support it or not, get them on record. And that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Share the video as well. That will definitely help. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.